Throughout this softball unit, I was given the task to pitch a ball from the pitching point to land on the home plate, which is a considerably small target to land on, from this distance of approximately 40 feet. On our first day, which would signify our starting point of this road to improvement, I was able to strike in 5 balls out of 10. Though this may seem like it is a great score, it can be analyzed that most of these balls landed more on the edges of the hoop and were close to missing the target. 3 out of the balls were pitched too long, which shows that there is too much power and can be improved by putting in less power on the ball. When looking at the initial pitches made, technique of the swing definitely lacked. Most of the swings simply used the arm to release the ball, having less control, and this is the cause of the inconsistency. Another cause would be due to my lack of balance, which seeing here shows a weak stance with my leg lifting off the ground and me wiggling away sideways. My goal I thrive to achieve towards this unit is to have improved on consistency of power and the consistency of my follow-through technique. I believe the reason that allowed me to score a considerably high amount of strikes was due to the fact that I had correct technique in certain pitches and lacked techniques in others. This showed me that I needed to be consistent by firstly having a parallel backswing, maintaining the correct amount of power with the arms straight in line, having a final downswing that is tight, fast, and consistent, to ideally release the ball at a 45 degrees angle or waist height with an outstretched arm, keeping the body still and tall, and finally to follow through the pitch with bringing the arm up to 90 degrees or a shoulder length height to ensure a strong finish. The footwork during a pitch is an essential component to master. Starting with both legs together, my right leg must step forward, preferably with a longer stride. As a left-handed person, the weight of my right leg must shift to the right foot, ending with a follow-through with the left foot dragged behind but pointed on the ground. This will happen naturally when there has been a good amount of momentum during the initial stepping stride. As can be seen from the videos, I was able to gain control of my lower body fast after learning from the first day. It was not my biggest concern, as the inconsistency of my pitch would lie more on my upper body or arm control. Throughout, I practiced on staying still after the release of the ball and the process of the swing to ensure that I have control over my consistency of power. With me often playing around and going off balance, I made sure that when pitching, I stood poised and followed through nicely. The control on my arm grew with more practice, and during the game, it can be seen that I utilized the skills and techniques I learned and was able to score many strikes.
It's all right, Tomomi.
Although not all my balls hit the home plate, the majority were close, and in real game, it proved that a high percentage of batters would swing for the ball due to it being close to the plate. In the real game scenario, I achieved 3 strikes and 2 hits out of the 3 batters I pitched to. This shows that I could control my swing when under pressure and got many batters to swing for the ball. On the day I was to record my improvements of pitching, I scored 4 strikes out of 10, having a decrease of 10%. Though this may seem like I got worse, when analyzing the scattergram, it can be seen that 4 balls were right in the middle, as opposed to my day 1 of pitching where all balls striked were near the edge. Not only that, but the balls that did not strike in were remarkably close to the hoop, implying that in real game, there would be a high probability that the batters would take a swing. I would conclude here that from the analysis of my pitches through video and the scattergram, I have definitely improved in my pitching ability, being able to control my consistency of power and the consistency of my follow-through technique.